Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys step-by-step process on how to apply makeup all by yourself. So if you're interested, make sure you keep on watching.
I came here to party, I'm not gonna lie.
So the first step to the makeup application is moisturizing. I'm using the Blossom Moist Essence Moisturizer, which I'm applying all over my face using a flat brush from the Real Techniques brush set. After moisturizing, the next step is priming. I'm using the Flawless IV Matte Primer, which I'm applying with that same flat brush. I'm applying the primer mostly on my T-zone. After priming, the next step is foundation application. As a beginner, you are going to need your shade of foundation. I'm going to be using the V Beauty foundation in the shade Honey Neutral and V Ivory. I'm in between the two shades, so I'm going to be mixing the two shades together to get my perfect shade. So what you want to do is apply very little amount of the foundation with a brush, then go in and blend into your skin with a beauty blender. You want to make sure that your beauty blender is damp before blending. Do not use a dry beauty blender to blend your foundation. So after foundation, the next step is concealing. As a beginner, you are going to be needing your shade of concealer. I'm in between two shades of concealer. So I'm going to be mixing the Nuban Beauty concealer in the shades 43 and 46. So what you want to do is apply the concealer on the edges of your lips, your forehead, the bridge of your nose, and under your eyes to cover up any dark circles or discoloration under your eyes, and also to highlight your face. After that, you want to go in with your damp beauty blender and blend in the concealer. So once you are done blending in the concealer, the next thing to do is to set the concealer. To do that, I'm going to be using the V Beauty powder palette and a small under eye powder brush from V Cabell. Before going in with the powder, I use my beauty blender to blend out any creasing or harsh line before going in with the powder so that I can achieve a flawless under eye. So now I'm using a powder which is 2 shades lighter than my skin tone to set the concealer under my eyes. Then I'm going to be using a powder that is my exact skin tone to set the rest of my face. As a beginner, you do not need a complete powder palette like mine. All you need to do is get a powder that is your exact skin tone and one more powder that is a little bit lighter than your skin tone, so that you can use one all over your face and the other for highlighting. So the third powder you are going to need to have is a contour powder. A contour powder is used to define your face, to give back definition onto your face after applying foundation and highlighting. So what you want to do is go in with a powder that is 2 shades darker than your skin tone to contour your cheekbone and your forehead using an angled powder brush for your cheekbone and your forehead and a flat eyeshadow brush for the bridge of your nose. So after contouring your face, the next step is baking. To bake, I'm using Nuban Beauty setting powder in the shade Mustard and a powder puff to apply it. I'm just going to be applying the setting powder on the places that I highlighted with the concealer. The reason why we bake is to create a little bit of brightness in some certain areas and also to catch any eyeshadow fallout for when we are doing our eyes. So as you can see, I'm applying the setting powder under my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my forehead, the edges of my lips, and I'm also using the setting powder to sharpen up my contour, as you can see. This process is also known as reverse contour. After that, I'm just going to go back into my powder shade and I'm using it to dust off the setting powder from the reverse contour and the edges of my lips, my forehead, using a powder brush from the V-Cabell brush set. I'm going to be leaving the powder under my eyes and the bridge of my nose for the baking process. So at this point we are done with the skin work. We are going to move on to the brows. For your brows, you are going to be needing an eyebrow pencil and a spoolie. First thing to do is to brush out your eyebrows, then go in with your pencil and outline your brows. I'm using an eyebrow pencil from Davies and I'm starting by lining my eyebrows from the bottom directly where the eyebrow starts. Then I'm going to go to the top and outline that as well. After outlining, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to create hair-like stroke beginning of my brows. Then I'm going to go in and fill it with the pencil. After that, I'm taking a spoolie and I'm just brushing the brows so that it looks a little bit more natural. So I'm repeating the same process on the other brows. If you would like me to do an updated eyebrow routine, make sure you leave me a comment in the comment section. Inshallah, I'm going to try and do a video. Once I'm done drawing my brows, I'm going to go ahead and conceal the brows. To conceal the brows, all you need is an angled brush, a concealer that is lighter than your actual concealer shade, and an eyeshadow blending brush to blend in the excess concealer. I lost the footage of me concealing the brows, but your brows should look like this after you are done. Once you're done with your brows, the next step is to cover up the darkness on your eyelid in order to prepare your eyes for eyeshadow application. I'm using the concealer I used to conceal my brows. I placed a very little amount on my lid, then I went into my blending brush and I blended the concealer to cover up the darkness on my lid in order to have a smooth base for my eyeshadow. Then I went into my powder palette again to set the concealer. So the next step after this is eyeshadow application. For this, you are going to be needing an eyeshadow palette or a contour powder. Yes, you can use your contour powder and an eyeshadow blending brush. So I'm using a light brown matte eyeshadow and I'm placing it in my crease. I'm making sure that I blend the eyeshadow very well into my crease. You can use your contour powder for this step for a more natural soft finish. After that, I'm going into a dark brown color and I'm placing that on my lid just to give like a soft smoky eye finish. So now I'm just blending the two colors together, making sure there are no harsh lines. So the next step is eyeliner. I'm using an eye pencil liner to line my waterline and my lid as well. You can also use a gel liner for this process. I'm using the Kiss Beauty eye pencil liner to line my waterline, as you can see. I'm taking that same pencil and I'm just creating very little strokes with it on my lid, very close to my lash line so that I get a very tiny liner. This part is optional. You can just go ahead and put on your mascara without lining your lid, or falsies if you want to put lashes. So the next step is mascara. I'm going to be brushing my lashes upward with the mascara, then I'm going to brush them downwards. You can see the difference between the eyes with mascara and the one that has no mascara. Then I'm going to apply the mascara on the other eyes. After that, the next step is to dust off the setting powder under my eyes that has been baking. I'm using the powder that is my exact skin tone and my under eye powder brush. I'm using it to press the setting powder into my skin. This leaves your under eyes looking smooth and flawless. I'm going to be dusting off the powder on the bridge of my nose as well, as you can see, taking it all the way to my forehead. So after that, I'm just going to go back into my contour to kind of bronze my face and to bring back definition onto my face. I'm also going to be recontouring my nose as well, as you can see. So now the next step is blush. For blush, you can use your eyeshadow palette, the matte colors in your eyeshadow palette as your blush, or you can get a single blush or a blush palette. I'm using the matte orange color from my eyeshadow palette and I'm applying it on the apples of my cheeks, which I'm going to blend all the way into my contour and all the way up to my forehead using a big powder brush from the Real Techniques brush set. So the next step after blush is highlighter. I'm using the Blossom Nefertiti Glow Burst Highlighter palette and I'm taking the golden brown shade in it, which I'm applying on my cheekbone all the way to the tail of my brows. Then I'm going to apply it on my cupid bow and the bridge of my nose as well. So I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to apply the highlighter on the tip of my nose all the way to the bridge of the nose. I'm going to blend it with my finger. So the second to the final step to complete the makeup application is the lips. So I'm going to be lining my lips with that same brown pencil I used to draw my brows. After that, I'm going to be using a nude lipstick from Flawless Ivy, which I'm going to be applying in the center of the lips. I'm just going to be smacking my lips together in order to blend the lipstick. After that, I'm going to be applying lip gloss to get a glossy finish, but you can decide to just leave your lips like that if you prefer the matte finish. I'm using Avora Cosmetic Nude Lip Gloss in the shade Pink Almond. After that, I'm going to be applying mascara on my bottom lashes. This step is optional. And the final step to this makeup application is setting spray. I'm just going to be spraying my face using this Kiss Beauty setting spray. I'm using my hand to cover my eyes so that the spray doesn't ruin my eyeshadow. This process helps to lock your makeup, ensure that your makeup lasts all day long. So guys, this is the finished look. You can decide to put on your falsies or you can just leave it like this.
So guys, this is the end of the video. If you'd like to see how I did this turban, I'm going to be posting the turban tutorial soon. I'm going to leave the link in the description below, so please make sure you go check it out and make sure you give it a thumbs up. Share my videos with your friends and family. So if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Share my videos with your friends and family. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.